Hello guys, welcome to the Java introduction. First we will see what is Java. Java is an object-oriented programming language which was developed by the Sun Microsystem in the year of 1995. James Gosling is known as the father of Java. Before Java, its name was Oak. Since Oak was already a registered company, so James Gosling and his team changed the name from Oak to Java. There are four types of application that can be created using Java programming. First one, standalone application. Second one, web application. Third one, enterprise application. And fourth one, mobile application. First, we will see what is standalone application. It refers to the desktop application because they are designed to run directly on a user machine without the need of web browser or network connection. Some key features of this application are locally means standalone application run entirely on the user machine. They do not require a web server or network connection. Then independent of a browser. Unlike web applications, standalone applications do not rely on the web browser for execution. Then direct user interaction. Standalone application typically interact with the user through the GUI or CLI on the user's desktop. Access to system resources. Standalone application can access to system resources such as files, database, and hardware devices directly on the user machine. Examples of standalone application are text editors, image viewers, media players, IDE. Standalone applications are packaged as executable jar files, which contain all necessary resources and dependencies required to run the application on any machine with the JRE installed. Then we going to see about the web application. A web application in Java is a software application. It will be accessed over the internet through a web browser. An application that runs on the server side and creates a dynamic page is called web application. Currently, Servlet, JSP, Struts, Spring, Hibernate are the technologies used for creating a web application in Java. Some of the key components are server-side logic, servlets and GSP, web container or servlet container. First, server-side logic is written primarily in Java. This handles the incoming request from the client, processes the data, then interacts with the database and generates a dynamic content to be sent back to the client. Then servlets and JSP. Servlets and Java server pages are the primary technology used for server-side programming in Java web application. Servlets are the Java classes which handles the HTTP request and generate the HTTP responses, while the JSP allows developers to embed a Java code within HTML pages to create a dynamic web container. Web container or servlet container. Java web application run within a web container, also known as servlet container. This container only manages the life cycle of servlets, which processes the request and dispatches them to the appropriate servlets for handling. Examples of servlet containers include Apache Tomcat and Jetty. Then MVC architecture is said to be a model view controller architecture. Many of the Java application follows the MVC architecture, which separates the application into three components. One is model, then view and controller. Model contains data and business logic. Views said to be in a presentation layer. Controller handles the user input and request. Then database access. Java web application often need to interact with the database to store and retrieve the data. Here the JDBC is commonly used for database access in Java application. JDBC full form is Java Database Connectivity. And web services. Java web application can expose web services which allows the communication between different applications over the internet. It supports the web services such as REST and SOAP. Then deployment. Java web applications are typically packaged as WAR files, which contain all the necessary components and resources required to run the application on a web server. Then we are going to see about the enterprise application. Enterprise application in Java refers to the software system or program designed to address the complex needs of large organizations or businesses. It serves critical function within organizations such as managing business processes, which handles the large volume of data and facilitating communication and collaboration, then supporting decision making. Then we are going to see about the mobile application. An application that is created for a mobile device is said to be a mobile application. Currently, Java is used for developing the Android application using the Android SDK and the tools like Android Studio. Then we are going to see about the main features of Java. First feature is simple and easy to learn. Java is said to be easy to learn and simple to use because it comprises the same syntax of C and C++. It holds the automatic garbage collection features. It has its own community to make learning and using Java easy. Then object-oriented programming. Almost everything in Java is written as objects and class, making a true object-oriented programming language. The basic concept of Opus. First one is object. It is a real-world entity in Java that encompasses state, functionality, and identity. Class is said to be a logical entity that includes the group of objects with common properties. Then inheritance, it is a concept of Java through which developers can create a new class built upon existing class to achieve runtime polymorphism. Then polymorphism, a mechanism in Java through which you can perform single action in multiple ways. Polymorphism can be of two types, compile and runtime. And finally, abstraction. It is a method to hide internal processing and show only essential things to the users. These are the concepts we'll see elaborately in the upcoming slides. Then platform independent. Unlike other languages, Java is not limited to any specific machine and it is independent on other factors to run. It is independent because it has its own runtime environment. Just set to be a JRE. It can be write once and run anywhere. Compiled by the compiler and converted into the bytecode. Automatic memory management. It is said to be automatic memory management because it creates a high performance system. Automatically allocate and free up the spaces for objects. Then fifth one is security. It is said to be security because Java programming language runs inside a virtual machine. It also consists of bytecode verifier which checks the code fragments for illegal code. Rich API. Being one of the oldest programming language, Java has a rich API. Some of the popular Java APIs are Java Advanced Imaging, Java Data Object, Java Media Frameworks, Java Persistent API, Java 3D. Multithreading. It is the concept in Java which we can see on next slides. It allows developers to execute multiple threads at the same time. It is used to achieve multitasking. It saves the time. So it is said to be a multi-threading. And the eighth one is high performance. It uses the bytecode that can be easily translated into the native machine code. It has multiple easy to use framework. It is compatible with the multiple platform including Windows, Linux, Mac OS, etc. It is automatically clears the garbage to enhance its performance. Then scalability. It offers user scalability, which means it can deal with more and more users and books. Because it is object oriented, it can handle large databases, etc. Then it is said to be a simplified syntax because it is easy to understand by the compiler and computer. It is case sensitive, which means hello world in small or hello world in caps are two different things. It includes bunch of objects and class. It ends with the semicolon. Syntax are with delimiters that denote the block of the code. Then we are going to see what is JDK, JRE and JVM. First, what is JVM? JVM full form is Java Virtual Machine, which refers to an abstract machine which enables your computer to run a Java program. First, when the Java program runs, the Java compiler compiles the entire Java program into the bytecode. Then once the bytecode is converted, the JVM converts the bytecode into a machine code. Here we will see how the JVM works. When the Java program is executed, the JVM loads the bytecode for a program into memory. Then the JVM interprets the bytecode, translating it into the instruction that the computer processes can understand and execute. As the JVM interprets the bytecode, it also performs the various tasks such as allocating memory for the program, managing threads, and handling exception. It also responsible for garbage collection. Then we will see what is JRE. Java Runtime Environment is the full form of JRE. It is said to be a software package that provides the Java class libraries and JVM and other components. Here the JRE contains the JVM plus class libraries. This Then we will see about what is JDK. JDK is a Java development kit. It is a software development environment used to develop the Java application and applets. It contains JRE plus development tools. The development tool contains compilers, Java doc, Java debugger, etc. This is the component of JDK. JDK contains the JRE plus Java development tools, which includes the compiler, debuggers, Java docs, and the JRE contains the JVM plus class libraries. JVM contains the class loader subsystem, runtime data areas, execution engine. Here the class loader subsystem performs the loading, linking, and initialization. Runtime data areas are method area, heap, stack, PC register, native method stack. We'll see brief about that in the next slides. Execution engine contains interpreter, JIT compiler plus garbage collection. Uh, then native method interface, JMI, native method library. This is the complete architecture of JDK. Here are the important components of JVM. So you can understand what is class loader. The class loader is a subsystem used for loading class file. It performs three major functions, which is loading, linking, and initialization. Method area. JVM method area stores the structure of classes like metadata, code for Java methods, and constant runtime. Heap. All the objects, arrays, and instant variable are stored in it. The memory is shared across multiple threads. Then JVM language stack or local variable store the local variables and the partial results. Every thread has its own JVM language stack created concurrently as a thread is created. A new frame is created when the method is invoked and it is removed when the method invocation process is completed. We'll see about one by one briefly, day by day. Then we will see about what is PC register, which store the address of the JVM. The native method stack hold the instruction of native code depending on the native library. It allocates the memory of native heaps or use any type of stack. Execution engine, type of software used to test the software, hardware, and complete system, which never carries any information about the tested product. Native method interface is a programming framework. It allows the Java code which is running in a JVM to call the libraries and application. The native method library is a collection of native libraries C, C++ which are needed by the execution engine. Then these are the difference between JDK, JRE, JVM. We will see how does the Java work. First, when the developer writes a Java program using the text editor or any integrated development environment, the program is written in source code which is human readable. Then the Java compiler converts the source code into a bytecode which is platform independent format that can be run on any device that has the JVM installed. Then the JVM loads the bytecode into a and executes it. When the JVM is responsible for allocating memory, managing objects, and executing instruction in the bytecode, as we already seen. As the JVM executes the bytecode, it may need to call the Java API, which has the set of libraries which provides the functions data structure to useful for Java programs. It also follows the Java language specification, which defines the syntax and semantics of Java language. It helps to ensure the Java programs are written consistently and correctly. This is how the Java works. This is the first code of Java. First we declare a package name as com.java and main class defined as public class HelloWorld, and the main method declared as public static void main string args. Then finally we are printing the statement as System.out.println welcome to HelloWorld. These are the explanation. Class is used to declare a class. Public is access modifier which represents the visibility, which means it is visible for all the users. Static method declared as a static. Main represents the starting point of the program. String of args is a command line argument. System.out.println used for printing the statement. Here system is a class, out is object of a print string class, println is a method of print string class. This is the output. It's all about today's introduction. Thank you. We'll see tomorrow.